Hey everybody, it's Tarina with Creative Tree. That's me. And it is Wednesday, April 12th. And if you are watching on the replay, make sure that you put hashtag replay if you don't see the little red line right there. Today I'm on an event with the Crafty Bunch. And the topic today, or the theme today, is actually a new or retro craft technique. And my friend Kristie at My Artful Adventures is the one that we're spotlighting today, and she came up with this awesome um, theme. And I'm actually really excited because I like to share fun new techniques. And then also, if you're here, make sure that you say hello because I'd like to see who's here. Also today, if you want to get any of the information on today's project, make sure you put sheep in the comments and I will get you that information. Let's see, I'm going to go over here. Nope, take that off. All right, and then if you missed any of today's lives on the event, go over to the Crafty Bunch, and everybody's listed in today's events, and they're shared over there. I also had it linked in my in the description. Before me was Wendy, and I was watching her, and she created this. I love creating things from scratch, and she made this really cool book from scratch. She made she put the binding together, everything was really cool. And that after me is Kim, and she's with Krafting with Kim, and I actually have her linked in the description as well. So hopefully you guys can get on over there and see all of those fun projects today. I have some trivia for you guys today so my technique, I'm actually using Vaseline with my crafting technique. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Make sure you guys can hear me okay. So I don't know what's going on. You guys can't hear me. I had trouble with a live yesterday and nobody could hear me, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so if you guys miss any of today's lives, make sure you go over to the Crafty Bunch and check those out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know what's going on. Also, again, we're using Vaseline, petroleum jelly. Who knew, right? Okay, let me go over here really fast. I'm going to go here so you guys can see me. How's that? All right. Let me go here so I can see it. Let's see if I can see your comments. Oh, you know what, you guys, I'm going to take, I am so sorry. I don't know why I'm getting so much reverb. I'm going to take me out. See if that helps. Hello, friends. Okay. Guys, it's one of those days, right? I don't know what's going on, why I'm getting so much reverb. Take my earbuds out and maybe that'll help. Okay. All right, make sure you guys can hear me though, because I took my earbuds out and I don't know if everybody can hear me now. Put in the comments. All right. Oh, hi Angie. I don't know. Let me know if you can still hear me though, because I took my earbuds out. I think maybe my earbuds were causing it. So I can see that the closed captioning is on, so hopefully that you guys can hear me. So what I did is, this is just a wood round. This is 18 inches, and I painted it brown, and I just used craft paint. It was just a Delta craft paint. And then what I want to do is I'm going to make this look farmhouse. And so I'm just using petroleum jelly, Vaseline, right? But I want to ask you guys a question. I want to know, when was Vaseline invented? Do you guys know when Vaseline was invented? So what I'm doing, and this is, I don't think this is a new technique because I've done this for many years. Like I've used this before. And so I want to make this look almost like a shiplap. And so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to just you're almost like just painting. And you don't have to be perfect. You're just gonna, I start in the middle, and I'm just gonna kind of paint a line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't go to the outside edges just because I'm gonna do around the outside. Okay. And then I'm gonna do, I kind of want to do a couple of lines just to give it. And you can, again, you don't have to be perfect. But if you guys are watching, I have a little bit of trivia. When was petroleum jelly or Vaseline first invented? You guys can see, you guys can kind of see that it's kind of glowy, right? Kind of shiny. I'm not seeing comments either. All right, and then I'm going to go around the outside. Again, not being perfect, not being perfect. You don't have to use a lot. Kind of getting a little gloppy here and there, and that's okay too. You don't have to make it perfect. The whole the whole point of this is so that it doesn't look perfect. Okay, that's cute. There we go. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Then I'm going to grab some white paint. And this is just some acrylic paint. And then I'm going to paint right over my entire surface. Going over the Vaseline. What I try to do though before I do that is get in between where I have painted the Vaseline on. Anybody have any guesses? Hello, hi Kristie. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Kristie is my friend from uh, My Artful Adventure, and she's the one that we're spotlighting today. So make sure you guys go follow her. But I'm excited because I love teaching new techniques or old techniques and making them new. Isn't that funny? I mean, most things come around again, right? Okay, so now I'm just going to take the paint. Sorry, I woke up with a scratchy throat today. And just paint over the entire surface. Right over the Vaseline, petroleum jelly, whatever you want to call it. But I need some guesses. Who knows when Vaseline was invented? Hi, Lisa. Thanks so much for joining me today. Of course, my comments are kind of, they're funny. They scroll through. They're very interesting. Facebook's changes have been very interesting. 1859. Good guess. Good guess. Close. You guys can see it's kind of thick and gloppy, and that's okay. When you have Vaseline or some kind, I've done this over glue too. It's just another like technique to make things look rustic. It's slow going because you're going over some other substance, right? Oh, thanks so much, Kim. I appreciate it. And Kim's on after me. And again, we're using Vaseline as our technique to make our surface look more rustic. Okay. So there's a couple things you can do here. You can either let it dry on its own. You got to be careful when you use heat. I'm going to use my heat tool to kind of speed it up. I did do a couple of these last night just to prep. I let one sit overnight. I've done it several different ways. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. I'm going to get my heat tool. So you're going to see that like it starts to crack right here. Do you see how it's starting to crack? So this is going to take a long time to dry even with the heat tool, but I wanted to show you guys close up. It starts to crack, and that's what we want. So I'm going to grab my other one. And I did see Angie said 1870 was called Wonder Jelly. And yeah, they called it Wonder Jelly or Vaseline Jelly. And that's what the original name of the Vaseline was. Do you know who invented it? So this is the one that I did last night. And what I'm going to do is heat it up because I want that Vaseline to heat up. You guys have to listen to that. So then you're just going to take a rag. And the idea is that you just start rubbing where that Vaseline was. And then it starts coming up. You can, if it's hard to do, you can, especially if you leave it overnight, you can always come back. And it comes up real easy in that area because it's like a crackle. I just don't want you guys to have to listen to the heat gun. Idea is that it's supposed to look more like shiplap. And you can rub off as much as you want, as little as you want, as a lot. It's up to you. If you guys have time to dry your paint with a heat source, like a blow dryer or a heat gun, this comes off a lot easier. And again, you can take off as much as you like. Hey there, hi Marcelina, where are you? Again, we're just showing retro or new craft techniques today. And I'm using petroleum jelly or Vaseline to get this retro look. Kind of makes it look like shiplap. And I like to go over with sandpaper and smooth it out. You want to smooth that out. I love it already. Look at how cool that is. And this is the one that I painted last night to kind of prep for today. But I'm just heating up the Vaseline that's underneath the paint so that it'll come up easier. And I'm not having to rub too hard, but I am rubbing. And then I take the sandpaper and just kind of smooth it out because it's kind of rough. I have another trivia question for you guys. Why was Vaseline intended? Well, what was it intended for when it was first created? You know? Hi, how are you guys? Thanks so much. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Okay, now I'm just going to sand this a little bit. Lots of paint. This is not a non-messy craft, let me tell you. Let me just dust this off real quick. I want to get all this paint dust in what we're going to do next. Another thing I want to do is I do want to go around. I want to go around the edge. While we're doing this, I might as well get it out of the way and just rough up the edge a bit. Hello, everybody. How are you? Thanks so much for being here. Okay, and again, I'm going to take and get rid of all this paint and sawdust. So there's the prep work. All right, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to wax this, because what we're going to do is we're going to put down a stencil, and I don't want the stencil to stick to it. I want it to come up really easy. I want the paste that I'm going to be using to lay down nicely. So I'm just using a finishing paste wax, and I'm just going to smooth it over the entire surface. And if I don't see your comments, I'm like getting one comment at a time, you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, let's Facebook. I'm just smoothing on. And then I'm going to buff off. You just want it nice and smooth. Okay. That's pretty. Okay. It was a salve, but do you know why they used it? I thought it was interesting because I never really thought about it after I read why they used it. All right, so I'm going to put a little sheep on here. I thought this is so cute. This is a Chocolate transfer, and I want to do just the sheep on it because, again, this is a little farmhousey, and I think it's so pretty. So I've used this before. Actually, this is hanging in my house. So we're just going to peel this up. This is a reusable silk screen. So I'm going to lay this down and put it where I want it. Kind of center him on there. That looks good. All right. And then I'm going to smooth it out. I'm just going to use a black chalk paste. And this I'm just going to use black all over. I'm going to try to do this pretty quick. And just slap some black on there. And then use our 4-inch squeegee. A little more. The nice thing is if you don't use all the chalk paste, you can always put it right back in the container. It goes right back in the container. Right. So I'll peel this guy up. Now that looks really good. I'm excited. Set this off to the side and then we can wash it later. Just gonna wash it in some warm water. Let me dry this real fast, okay? Okay, let's check our time. I want to add some. I like to add bows and greenery. Let me see if I've got some time. Should have some time left. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I've got got a good amount of time. So let's do this. I'm gonna grab some fabric. This is already dry. So I'm gonna grab some fabric and we're gonna just tear some strips of fabric to help make a bow. And I just like to tear. I think it's therapeutic. This is just some muslin fabric. And if it doesn't come out exactly straight, I'm going to trim it. Tear that. I love grabbing some muslin at the store. It's inexpensive fabric and it makes really cute bows. So again, you're going to just trim that, a little slit in it. Do a couple of those. Okay, that aside. And then I'm going to grab out a couple other ribbons that I have. And if you guys, I don't know if you guys guessed why it was used, but I'm not getting any comments now. It was used because oil workers were getting burns. And so the guy that invented Vaseline, they were using some weird like rod oil. And so he's like, it was like black. And so he goes, I could do this better. So he came up with petroleum jelly. So I just grabbed some ribbon out of my ribbon drawer. And we're just going to make a messy bow. And you guys, if you're here, make sure that you are following Crafty Bunch. After me is Kim. Crafting with Kim. Sorry, Crafting with Kim. I'm going to cut 2 lengths of that. I can't talk and chew gum at the same time, you guys. You guys, I'm a hot mess. So when I make this bow, it's all up to you. I like to just put a little bit of hot glue. There's people that use the Bodabra. It's up to you. If you don't have a Bodabra, you don't have to use that. I don't have a Bodabra. I've never used one. But I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right in the middle just to kind of hold this still. Crisscross it just like that. And then I'm going to take some of my other ribbons. And again, you can do this however you want, but I'm going to make a couple of loops. Loops. This is super not technical, you guys. Same thing with my fabric. Just make some loops. Probably going to do more of the fabric just because I have a lot more fabric. Just making loops. add a little bit of this guy on top. It started with him. It's okay. This too is okay. Work. That's going to be a mess. Put that on top. There. Okay. And then I just grabbed a pipe cleaner. I'm going to lay that on top like that. And then there's no technical term to this, you guys. Just scrunch and scrunch. Pinch all those ribbons together, or fibers, or whatever you want to call it, and then turn it over and twist, 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 twist the heck out of it. Okay, so with this, you can, this has wire in it, and obviously these don't, but you can still maneuver them. You can still move them around. Okay. I like to have at least one ribbon that has wire in it because it's moldable, so you can kind of move it around. Okay. Let's see when it's laying flat. And I did get some like raffia, which I think would be good to put on the back side of this. So I'm just going to kind of gather these together as well. Because we're kind of going the rustic farmhouse, right? You can put as much as you want or as little as you want. It's up to you. And I'm not very technical about it. Flip it over. Add it to the back. Twist. And if it's too long in some places, it's okay, you guys, because seriously, you can trim it. Totally up to you. Okay. So let's bring this guy back in here. Remove this. Bring this here. Trim that too. I don't need that. I didn't grab a button because I normally put like buttons. Here's another thing. If things pop out or whatever, call glue. Love hot glue because it fixes everything. So don't like where things are sitting, hot glue. It'll probably will end up putting a bow right, or a button right there, but for now, I'm just going to leave it. Cut these into dovetails. Yeah, I can't see any comments. I can see that people are commenting, but it doesn't say who. Don't like how things are laying, you can always use a little hot glue behind the loops to make them sit straight. That's too long. Let's cut that a little bit more. Now, it's up to you if you cut the loops. Sometimes I just like to leave the loops. Let's put this way. I like to leave the loops intact. Grab some greenery. I think I'm going to grab a little bit of green. Flower wall bathroom. It just needs a little bit. Sorry, just needs a little bit of greenery. You guys do that? You get in your office or your craft room and somebody's been in there and takes your cutters. Do that all the time. The time. Hopefully I'm not the only one alone. So you have to find your yucky scissors and use those. A little glue. Oh, it's not going. Glue down. Work with a month or two. Or bow on top. I'll probably add some more glue to that. And you just kind of zhuzh it out, fluff it up. And again, I'm sorry, you guys, I cannot even see one comment. It was doing one comment at a time, and now it's not doing anything. And I'll probably end up putting, like I said, a button right there. Just didn't grab it. You think? Hopefully you like it. I'll find out later when I go back for comments. And let's see where we're at. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so I went back and I refreshed it. Oh my gosh, you guys, oh, I'm actually seeing comments now. Don't know why. I swear, my scissors, my cutters, all of the things. What do you guys think? And I'll put a little. I don't know why my hot glue gun is not heating up right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to stick a little bit of hot glue behind those bows, and then I'll grab a button. See if I've got a button. Button right here. That's super cute. My glue gun's not heating up, so I don't know why, but I think that'll be really cute. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so cute. That's really cute. Let me see if I can. Little bit. It's just a tiny little bit, and it has been on since this morning, like early this morning. Thank you guys. I am seeing a couple of messages now, so thank you so much. Like I said, I'll just stick I'll fluff this bow out and just stick a little bit of glue like right behind where I want because there's no wire in some of these, and you want it to, you don't want it to all bunch up. So it's nice to just put a little tiny bit of hot glue behind where you want it to stay. Tools are great. Technology is great until you need it, right? Oh, thank you so much. Again, if you guys are on here and you want to see the other crafts that are being done today, Kristie is the one that's at My Artful. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so much reverb today. I'm so sorry. My Artful Adventures is Kristie, and she is the one that I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on. My Artful Adventures is the one who came up with today's theme, and it's all new or retro techniques. And that's over on the Crafty Bunch. If you guys didn't see the rest of them, there's going to be some fun crafts over there. And then after me is Kim with Crafting with Kim, and she's got a fun project. You guys, I'm really happy, even with all the technical difficulties. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I don't know. I'm a little early, but I wanted to kind of show you. Let's see. So, yeah, there you go. Look how cute that is. And that is created with some Vaseline. It's pretty awesome. Like I said, I did another one, and this one's kind of drying so you guys can see. This one's still drying, and you can kind of see how it's cracking. Oh my gosh. I don't know what is going on. Look at that. So I did a couple just to kind of test the technique. I've done it before, but I just wanted to be prepared. Apparently being prepared doesn't help when there's technical difficulties, but look how fun this is. So this one, I did a lot more. I took off a lot more than I did with the one that we did today. Okay. So that you can do however you want, and it makes it look very rustic. Cute, huh? I love it. And then the bow. I love the bow. It's all about the bow. All right. You guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Again, go over to the Crafty Bunch. That's where the event is, and that's linked in my description. And then after me is Crafting with Kim, my friend Kim over there. And I've watched several of the projects today, and I've learned a lot. So I'm really excited about seeing what Kim has in store for us today. If you guys want any of the project details from today's project that I've done, just put in sheep in the comments and I will get that to you. I do have some of these in stock, and so I can send you out all the stuff to make it. And if you guys don't follow me, just make sure you click that follow button. I would appreciate it. And if you feel like sharing it because you felt you got something out of today's live, because even with all my technical difficulties, it still is so cute. So make sure you push that share button because sharing is caring. I don't know what else to tell you guys today, but Vaseline. Who knew, right? That's my technique today. You can create a rustic design using a little bit of Vaseline. So I hope you guys have a great day. This has been Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.